3 pillars to career choice.
Well, it looks like I have the entire family here. Oh, thank you. Can you sit? Good girl. This is Morgan, if you guys have not met her yet, and she's a birthday girl. I think she's 7 today. Anyway, David trained her to always sit on blankets, so I just went for a really long bike ride, and I'm trying to balance out my posture, put the blanket on the floor, and of course Morgan's like, ooh, good girl, sit on the blanket. And then this little fur baby just had to come join. The video today is one that may not seem like a typical topic that I would talk about, but actually it has everything to do with the typical topic I talk about. That being said, emotions are what drives a lot of our behaviors when it comes to addiction or recovery from any sort of challenge in life. So this video is going to be all about career, purpose, job. What does it mean? So stay tuned. I'm going to stretch out my back a little bit, and then we'll dive into what I've discovered through a lot of deep self-reflection. 3 things between job, career, and purpose.
Okay, how cute is Rook? Look, puppy sis, it's your birthday. I brought you a robe. Are you sure? Okay, how about some kisses? I just had to keep this part of the video. In all honesty though, if you have tension in your neck and shoulders, like I tend to after a long work day of being in your head, and I watched or listened to this podcast that was explaining how when you're in your head for work, which you kind of have to be, it's so easy to carry all of your patterns of energy through your neck and shoulders. By simply laying on the floor, tucking your shoulders down away from your ears, pushing the girls up and out, hey, and just breathing and taking that energy and awareness and shifting it away from the head and all the way down through the spine, through the chest, breathing through the abdominal area, hips, toes, everything, and just rebalance. I'm already feeling relaxed just explaining it. And then that W position I did with my arms, like a capital W, is really great to rebalance the posture and the cervical spine. How cute. I did get some meditation in, but they were so cute.
All right, here we go. These are David's glasses. I thought they would make me look Euro and so smart that you have to listen to everything that I say and be like, oh my gosh, you changed my life forever. Anyway, 3 pillars of work. I can't see. His prescription is so strong. Whew. So, the 3 pillars of work, if you're someone that has no idea, why am I here? What do I truly want to do? What's my career path? Or you feel like you have your whole life outlined and you're good to go, you're on track, or you're somewhere in between. I caught myself feeling like my soul was just like yelling and screaming at me, like, what are you doing? So I observed myself kind of over the past year that there was something kind of uncomfortable, like I wasn't quite honoring what my soul needed with my career, and the intensity kept getting stronger and stronger to where I finally just had to like sit down with myself and say, okay, soul, what's going on? Prior to this, I was like thriving, killing it in my career, and just I felt exhausted at the end of the day, but I was just proud of that exhaustion. And so what changed? I was curious. Hopefully this helps someone out there that might be going through a transition or just feels something stirring inside of them and is not quite sure the right strategies to take. This helped me. Again, 3 pillars of work. 1 is the job component. 2 is the career. And 3 is your purpose. Let's start with career. I just wrote down some questions that could be helpful for you to take time to sit down and just ask your soul these deep questions, because I don't know if it works for you, but I've never been steered wrong when I sit down and I get very quiet and I ask my soul, what do you think? What does this mean? Why is this happening? I have this strong belief that all of our answers truly lie deep inside our soul, if we're brave enough to listen to it, or at least spend the time to be able to awaken to its guidance. With career, how did you decide on your career? Was it a parent that said you need to be a doctor? Was it a sibling that became a lawyer and you want to follow in their footsteps? Was it something you watched on TV and you thought, wow, that provided a good income? They seem happy and secure. I want to be happy and secure and make a lot of money. With the first opinion you had, were you young? Were you in high school? And now, what age you might be at, do you still have the same opinion? Do you still feel like that is what is aligned with your truth now that you're older? And if there were no rules, no wrong or right, no one's opinion that might make you feel bad about your opinion, let's just say, for example, someone that scrapes gum off the sidewalk is the most honorable, well-paid position career-wise in this world. You following me? So if everything the systems in the world has told us is the right, the best, the good career path, if none of that existed, and it's literally a blank canvas, and you were the one to say, I think this is the most honorable, this is the coolest, this is the most rewarding, what would be written down on that canvas? So I like to give some of my examples because I think it helps people realize that we're all trying to figure it out. And people that pretend they have it all figured out are just not brave enough to be a real human. And the real humans out there that I like to call God's earth angels were real and honest about their journey. And it helped me. So I'm going to be real and honest. I'm going to share some of my experiences, my thoughts. So with my career, I was in high school and I wanted to be a plastic surgeon. It's like, yeah, surgeons make a lot of money. Cool, I'm gonna be a plastic surgeon. I'm smart, I study hard, I can do it. And then later in life, my best friend passed away. A rare virus attacked her heart. And it hurt me so deeply that I was like, you know what, I want to be a heart surgeon and maybe I can prevent people from losing their loved ones like I had to experience, right? I always wanted to be a surgeon from high school, but now there's more purpose. I want to be this type of a surgeon. And then I struggled a lot with my weight and I wouldn't eat enough and I would over-exercise. And finally, I was blessed by working with a really great trainer. And they were like, hey, why don't you eat a little bit more and you don't need to exercise so crazily and your body will actually change more naturally. And I was like, are you crazy? You do the opposite of everything that people tell you, like to lose weight, you need to eat less and you need to exercise more. But I was so exhausted from trying to figure it out on my own, kind of like a rock bottom, that I said, you know what, I'm going to stop trying to do it my own way because obviously it's not been working. So I'm going to listen to everything you, expert personal trainer, have to teach me, and I'm going to do it exactly what you say because I'm exhausted and I can't figure this out. And literally, it worked. I exercised less. I ate a little bit more. I didn't exercise every day, and my body was changing. It was becoming so beautiful and this fitness person. So at that point, I changed my career. I said, I want to help people this way. And I went through exercise science for my first degree. But recently, so that was my first career path: exercise science, exercise physiology, health management. And I did that for a while, and it was great. I helped so many people. I taught them how to exercise and some basics of nutrition. Then I got into a relationship where I had the opportunity to go back to school. And I sat a little bit and I contemplated what would I want to do. And I was kind of torn between being a teacher. I thought it would be cool to teach maybe chemistry, and I can't remember what else. Oh, I thought maybe something in the medical field, because I always wanted to be a surgeon, and maybe I could go back to school and do something in the medical field, but I wasn't quite sure what. Like financially, what could I afford and how many years of school. I've already done 4 years of school. So the person I was in a relationship with suggested that I become a dietitian. And like initially right off the bat, I was like, oh, no. Because my whole life had been struggling from an eating disorder. And I was like, that's the last thing I want, is to be like slapped in the face with like food and nutrition. And like, I'm already drowning myself every day trying to manage my eating disorder. It's like in my head all day long. Why would I want that to be? But part of me logically agreed, exercise science and knowing how to nourish the body properly, that's really how you change your body forever. And there was kind of the legality of, if you're going to teach people how to eat, you're really supposed to be a registered dietitian in certain states. So I decided, you know what, I agree. That's a good idea. So I went that next route and went through the whole program of being a dietitian. But my last semester, that relationship with that gentleman that said, hey, I think you should be a dietitian, that relationship ended. And for once, I was like, oh my gosh, this was like our dream, our vision together of what I should be that would work for our future. I wonder is that still what I want to do? And it was tough because I had a last semester to finish, and was I just going to change my career path right then? Was I going to miss out on all that hard work that I put into this program and only have 1 semester left? So what I did is I decided, out of everything I had been learning in the program, what was I most drawn to? So I put all of my energy and my heart into that thought. I was going to be a renal dietitian and work with dialysis patients, or something in the ICU with nutrition support, because it's really clinical and it kind of feels similar to that original dream. So I finished my program and went through my internship, was in the field. And then I realized I still had that initial dream of, I always wanted to be a surgeon. Maybe